Hello, Rudy. My name is Jeff, and I'm a co-founder of Lobo Leads Marketing. I believe you spoke with my wife Megan recently about a video to provide some tips and insight into digital marketing for Ruiz Electric. Now, I did do a quick Google search for your website, but I wasn't able to locate a specific business page for you. I did see that you have a Google My Business setup, which is an excellent start. But since you don't have a dedicated website for your business, I would like to go ahead and show you how developing a digital marketing presence can have huge benefits for your business, particularly when it comes to gaining new customers, and what your competition is currently doing to earn the top spots on Google. So, three things I want to go over today are content, backlinks, and citations. Now, content is going to be anything on the front page of your website that Google can read. So that's all the text on the front page, all the text within your images, and whatever your images are saved as. Google can actually read that. To be considered authority in Google's eyes, you're going to want to have at least 1,500 to 2,000 words on your front page, and you're going to want it to be stuffed with content that has to do with buyer intent. So for you specifically, you'd be looking at targeting things like electrician El Paso, electrical contractors in El Paso, Texas, and other keyword phrases along those lines. That way, when anyone types in those searches into Google, your website will pop up. Now, this is where a customized business website would really shine, because not only does it allow you to target those specific keywords, it also allows you to include things like customer testimonials. As you see, you have a Google review here, and it's actually a really good review. They took the time to write out something substantial. So you could include that in there, links to any social media pages you may have, pictures of your previous projects, and sometimes, most importantly, descriptions of the particular services that you offer, because oftentimes when someone has an electrical problem, they don't know what they're looking for. They just think, oh, I just need an electrician. And so by including things like service pages, it means that you build your credibility as a source of information in the eyes of Google. So, next thing I wanted to talk to you about is something called backlinks. Now, once you have a website up and running, it's looking beautiful, you want to have people actually go to your site, and you do that by building up your site's credibility and its visibility. And you do that by building up a backlink profile. And so you can think of it as Google is kind of like a popularity contest, because they judge you based on how many other websites are pointing back at you. And a key thing to remember is that not all backlinks are created equal. So you get a lot more influence from a backlink or another website's reference to you if it's related to your industry. So, for example, an electrician blog that mentions your company, or a popular website that features different types of home services that you were able to comment on and they tag you back, for example. Something that has to do with the services you offer. You're going to get a lot more influence from that as opposed to a backlink from like your local Domino's or Macy's department store. So we do have a tool that we use to measure backlinks. It's called Ahrefs. Again, can't do it specifically for you, but what I did is I decided to take a look at your top competitor as far as Google goes for electricians in El Paso. And the one that came up is Texas MEP. As you can see, they have 301 backlinks from 46 different referring domains. That means there's 46 websites that are pointing back to Texas MEP 301 times. And what that does is it pushes up their ranking in Google for the particular keywords that people are searching for, and that gives them an organic traffic. So that's 220 visitors to their site on a monthly basis. So that's per month. So as you can see, if you have 200 plus people visiting your site and you're able to convert even a handful of those into paying customers on a monthly basis, then you're growing your revenue pretty steadily going forward at that point. So that's the value of having an online presence in the form of a website that people can see and are directed to by Google based on what they search. One other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is something called citations. So when someone does that search like I was speaking about, for example, they just want an electrician in El Paso, they'll type that in. First thing that pops up is this thing called a Google Map Pack. And the reason it's so important is because, as you can see, it takes up a lot of real estate on the first page of Google. So it takes a lot for people to scroll past this and get down to any other type of links. So it's really important to show up here because it's one of the first things people see whenever they type in a search for your service. How do you get into this? Well, you already started by having a Google My Business. You would want to optimize that to include pictures, keywords on it, things like that. And then you'd want to go in and obtain these things called citations. And citations are just the name, address, and phone number of your business listed across the different directories online. And you're probably familiar with several of them: Yelp, Houzz, Home Advisor, Angie. Those are all directories that just house the information of different service providers. And you want to be listed on the most, at least relative to these people here. So a strategy that we typically employ is we would take a look at your top competitors, both in backlinks and in citations, replicate what they have. So take the exact same backlinks and citations that they have, and then add on an additional 20 to 30%. That way, whenever you start ranking and you pass them, by the time they even realize it, you have way more backlinks and citations than they do. And as long as you keep on adding backlinks and citations over time, then you'll retain that top spot and all that traffic will be going to your website. And again, as long as you're able to convert some of those people that visit your site into paying customers, then it makes it all worthwhile. So I hope this video was beneficial to you and help bring to light, what the different benefits that having a dedicated site could be for you. If you have any questions or if you'd like to discuss it further, please feel free to give Megan a call back. Her number is listed there at the end of the email with the link to this video. And then we can be happy to discuss it further with you. Have an excellent rest of your day.